Good morning, grade 8. I'm just going to show you how to do the remaining. Okay, I'll start with number 10. In number 10, we have 3 to the exponent of x is equal to 1 over 3. Now, all you need to understand here is you simply have to get rid of this fraction here. And remember, guys, for you to get rid of that fraction, all you have to do is simply to write it in simplest exponential form. How do we write it in simplest exponential form? I'm just going to revise the following with you. Please note that if you are given 2 to the exponent of negative 1, you can simply write this as you take 2 and its exponent, which is 2 and 1, you simply take it to the denominator. So in the numerator, you'll be left with 1, and 2 and 1 will simply go to the denominator, even though you know that we don't write that 1. So it ends up being 1 all over 2. Similarly, if you have 5 to the exponent of negative 1. This can be written as 1 divided by 5. Okay, if you have 7 to the exponent of negative 1, this can be written as 1 divided by 7. And the reverse also applies. If I have 1 over 2, I can simply take the base and its exponent and just change the sign of the exponent to negative because the base is in the denominator. So when you put it in the numerator, its exponent will simply be negative. So 1 over 2 can be written as 2 to the exponent of negative 1. Similarly, 1 over 5. Similarly, 1 over 5 can be written as 5 to the exponent of negative 1. 1 over 7 can also be written as 7 to the exponent of negative 1. Now, similarly, guys, in our example here, that 1 over 3, what can we write it as? 1 over 3 can be written as 3 to the exponent of negative 1. Okay, now since the bases are the same, we simply drop the bases and just equate the exponents. So we'll end up having x is equals to negative 1. That's how we do number 10. Let's quickly do number 11. With number 11, all you have to do is simplify each base to the simplest exponential form. So we've got 12 to the exponent of x plus 1 is equals to 144x. This can be written as 12, leave it as it is, but change 144 to the simplest exponential form. What is 144 to the simplest exponential form? 144 to the simplest exponential form is 12 to the exponent of 2. And then you're going to multiply the 2 with x. You will end up having 12 to the exponent of x plus 1 is equals to 12 to the exponent of 2 times x will simply give you 2x. Now that the bases are the same, just drop the bases and equate the exponents. You will end up having to solve for x, I'm just going to transpose this x to the right hand side. So I'll end up having And 2x minus x is simply x. Therefore, we end up having x is equal to 1. Let us do number 12. With number 12, simplify 8 to the simplest exponential form. What is it? And we need to change this decimal to a fraction, which is 0.25. We need to change that to a fraction. Please note that 8 is 2 to the exponent of 3. And all of this is to the exponent of x minus 3. It will be equal to 0.25. What is 0.25 as a fraction? Please remember how to change a decimal to a fraction. If there are two decimals, you will simply take the decimal and divide it by 100. If there are three decimals, you'll take the decimal and divide it by 1,000. But I did show you that you can simply put that into a calculator and the calculator will give you a fraction form of 0.25. You just go to your calculator, press 0.25 and press the equal sign. It'll give you 1 over 4. Or you can simply do it this way, 0.25 will be equal to 25. If there are two decimals, you divide by 100. Let's say we had 0.5. Because there is only one decimal, you will simply take the decimal and divide it by 10. Okay, let's say we had 0.125. Now, in this case, we've got three decimals. So you'll take the decimal, which is 125, and divide it. Because we have three decimals, you'll divide it by 1,000. If there's three decimals, you divide by 1,000. If there's one decimal, you divide by 10. If there's two decimal, you divide by 100. And 25 over 100 is the same as 1 over 4. And 5 over 10 is the same as 1 over 2. And 125 divided by 1,000 is the same as 1 over 8. For 0.25, as we have said, it will be 1 over 4. Now, all you have to do now is simplify. I will start by simplifying the left-hand side by multiplying out the exponents. I will end up having 2 to the exponent of 3x minus 9 is equal to. Please note that 1 over 4 can be written as 4 to the exponent of negative 1, as I showed you earlier on. But we're still not done because on the right-hand side, we still have 4. So what you need to do is to simplify that 4 to the simplest exponential form. Please note that it is to the exponent of negative 1. But 4 to the simplest exponential form will be 2 squared. You will end up having 2 to the exponent of 3x minus 9 is equals to 2 to the exponent of negative 2. Now that the bases are the same, I just need to specify that for me to get the negative 2, it was 2 multiplied by negative 1. Now that the bases are the same, you can simply drop their bases and equate the exponents. So you'll end up having you'll end up having 3x minus 9 is equal to 2. Transpose 9 to the right-hand side. Please note that its sign will change from being negative to being positive. your answer will end up being 3x is equals to negative 2 plus 9. What is negative 2 plus 9? That is equal to 7. Therefore, you end up having x is equals to 7 over 3. All you did was simply divide both sides by 3. Let us do number 13. So number 13, we have 3 to the exponent of 2x minus 3 is equal to 1. Remember, the aim is to make sure we have the same basis on both sides. So we need to change that 1 to a base of 3. What will it be? Obviously, it needs to have a base of 3, but what will be the exponent of this 3? It is 0. 1 can be changed to any base as long as that base is raised to the exponent of 0. Now that the bases are the same, you just drop the bases and you equate the exponents. So you'll end up having 2x is equals to 3. Therefore, x will be equal to 3 over 2. And that will be the solution. Number 14. Here you need to do the same thing. Simplify each base to the simplest exponential form. What is 9 to the simplest exponential form? It is 3 squared. What is 27 to the simplest exponential form? It is 3 to the exponent of 3. Then you multiply out the exponents. You will end up having 3 to the exponent of 4x is equals to 3 to the exponent of 3x minus 3. Now that the bases are the same, you drop the bases, you equate the exponents. So we have 3x is equals to, 4x is equals to 3x minus 3. Transpose 3x to the left-hand side. Remember, when it transposes, it jumps the equal sign. Each sign must change. It was positive, now it's negative. On the left-hand side, we've got 4x minus 3x. What is 4x minus 3x? It is simply x. Therefore, x is equals to negative 3. Please try these ones. These must be completed before our next lesson. Enjoy your day.